Over the course of several years, I meticulously researched and analyzed the lifestyles, habits, and mindsets of numerous millionaires. These individuals, each with their unique stories and backgrounds, all shared a common financial prowess. They boasted an impressive annual gross income of at least a couple $100,000 and held a minimum of $3 million in net assets. While my initial curiosity was centered around their spending habits, a striking revelation emerged. Almost every single one of these affluent individuals emphasized that a significant factor in their wealth accumulation wasn't just about where they invested their money, but more importantly, it was about the specific things they consciously chose not to squander their money on. Dive in to discover 5 surprising financial pitfalls they avoided to amass their fortunes, and stay until the very last point, as it was certainly the most surprising when I learned about it. Before we delve deeper, kindly check the description below to purchase one of the best personal finance books, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. It's been instrumental in my financial journey. By opting to purchase the book through the link below, you're also bolstering this channel, enabling me to craft more content that you love. 1. Processed foods. To prioritize their health and well-being, millionaires have increasingly shifted away from purchasing low-quality, processed foods that are often laden with unhealthy additives and preservatives. Instead, they have chosen to invest in organic or wholesome foods that are free from harmful chemicals. They place a significant emphasis on understanding where their food comes from, often preferring products with clear traceability to their place of origin. Additionally, they are more inclined to visit farmers markets and select grocery stores that have garnered a reputation for offering high-quality produce and meats. This conscious choice ensures that the food they consume is not only tasty, but also beneficial for their overall health. While not their primary reason for doing so, they eventually also consider this as a long-term investment that will ultimately reduce healthcare costs and simply improve quality of life. 2. Cheaply made products. Millionaires, with their discerning taste and financial capacity, often steered clear of impulsively splurging on the most recent fashion fads or settling for inexpensive furniture that was shoddily crafted. Rather than being swayed by transient trends, many among them showed a marked preference for investing in classic, enduring pieces for both their wardrobe and their homes. These pieces, defined by their impeccable quality, were designed with longevity in mind and often stood the test of time. Admittedly, the upfront cost of such high-quality items was frequently 2 to 3 times higher than that of their lower-quality counterparts. However, for these millionaires, this initial investment was justified. They recognized that in the long run, it would prove to be more economical. By paying a premium for craftsmanship and durability, they effectively reduced the recurring expenses and inconvenience associated with frequently replacing items that were of subpar quality. They understood the value of investing more initially to ultimately save in the long run, both in terms of money and the longevity of their cherished possessions. 3. Major home and car repairs. Echoing a similar sentiment, a significant number of millionaires I spoke with expressed a clear inclination when faced with the decision of repairing versus replacing major items in their households and lives. When confronted with deteriorating assets like aging roofs, washing machines past their prime, dishwashers showing signs of wear, refrigerators with dwindling efficiency, furnaces nearing their end, or vehicles that have covered substantial miles, they overwhelmingly leaned towards investing in brand new replacements instead of opting for potentially costly repairs. Indeed, the initial outlay for these replacements might seem higher on the surface, but their perspective was rooted in a longer-term vision. They viewed these decisions not just through the lens of immediate expense, but with an eye on long-term value and durability. The rationale behind this preference was twofold. Firstly, a brand new item with its fresh lifespan is likely to last considerably longer and offer better performance than one that's been repaired. Secondly, and perhaps more significantly, this approach provided them with an invaluable sense of assurance and peace of mind. Knowing that they wouldn't have to deal with the recurrent issues and unpredictability associated with older, repaired items allowed them to enjoy their investments without the looming shadow of potential breakdowns. This peace of mind, in their eyes, was worth its weight in gold. 4. Outdoor equipment. While there remained a subset of millionaires who relished the intrinsic satisfaction of engaging in outdoor chores, such as mowing the lawn, pulling out weeds, landscaping, and taking on trimming tasks, The overwhelming majority underwent a noticeable shift in their approach once they amassed significant wealth. Rather than investing their time and energy in these manual tasks, they began to delegate these responsibilities, employing skilled landscapers to oversee and maintain the pristine condition of their outdoor spaces. Such a shift in priorities not only meant that they were spared the recurring expenses and hassles associated with repairing or replacing aging gardening equipment, but also led many of them to pass on their once cherished tools to close family and friends, ensuring they found a new purpose. But at the heart of this decision wasn't just the desire to offload manual work. It was a conscious choice to purchase something more intangible yet immensely valuable: time. By relieving themselves of the obligation to set aside an hour or two every week or month for property upkeep, they effectively created pockets of time. This newfound freedom opened up opportunities for them to indulge in moments of rest, leisurely relaxation, or to dive into recreational pursuits that they held dear. In essence, by outsourcing property maintenance, they were securing more moments for personal rejuvenation and enriching experiences. 5. Lottery tickets. As I delved into the habits and philosophies of many millionaires during their wealth-building phase, a recurring theme emerged: a distinct aversion to gambling. This prudent mindset wasn't merely a transient phase, but rather cemented itself as an enduring principle even after they had attained significant wealth. Upon attaining affluence, they often recounted tales of consciously steering clear from the allure of lottery tickets, seeing them not as tantalizing opportunities but as financial pitfalls. More than just personal convictions, they felt it their responsibility to impart this wisdom, actively advising employees, close family, and friends to adopt a similar stance, highlighting the improbability of securing a win in such ventures. The rationale behind this was simple yet profound. Given the astronomical odds stacked against any individual in lotteries, they viewed such expenditures as not just frivolous, but also as a drain on resources. Instead of letting money dissipate in pursuits with minuscule chances of returns, they championed the idea of channeling those funds into creating lasting memories. In their perspective, the true value of money wasn't in chasing ephemeral dreams, but in curating genuine, memorable experiences that would stand the test of time. In examining the choices and priorities of millionaires, a consistent tapestry of values and discernment emerges, revealing their profound understanding of the long-term implications of their decisions. Whether it's their commitment to health through conscientious food choices, their preference for lasting quality over temporary fixes in household items and clothing, or their aversion to fleeting financial gambles like the lottery, these individuals exhibit a holistic approach to wealth management and life. Their decisions, driven by a blend of prudence and foresight, emphasize not just the tangible value of assets, but also the intangible treasures of time, peace of mind, and enriching experiences. Above all, their journey underscores a fundamental tenet. True wealth isn't just about amassing resources, but understanding how best to utilize and preserve them for a fulfilling life.